Alright, it's morning, day 2. What time is it? 10?
Almost, yeah.
So we're about an hour ahead of schedule from yesterday, I think.
Hour and a half, actually.
2?
We were there like noon.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
By the time we got in.
Yeah. I grew some kick-ass eyebrows overnight. We lost Cap and gained 11. And these two are the same.
We're losers.
They had their shit worked out already. I also realized I didn't get a good, clear shot of Mallory at all yesterday, so there's that too. And we'll probably get like proper pictures that I'll post on the 3rd video.
Including our swag.
Yeah, including all the shit that we bought and stuff like that. So that's all for now. Hopefully it won't take us half an hour to park today. Thankfully, parking only took us about 5 minutes today, so we got into the con much faster this time around. Day 2 brought out probably, I'd say, at any given moment, double the amount of people that day 1 did. There's just so much more to see, and it kind of felt like more to do today. I managed to snag a quick shot of just the cue for Stan Lee's line. We've never gotten anybody that big before. We actually had a panel to go to this time. Didn't have one yesterday. It was on voice acting and it had Nolan North and Troy Baker and Paul Amos in it. And they were nice enough to let us film. So I've actually got a highlight or two for you to see today.
It's my first time. Did Jack Stacks last night. Yeah! Nice barbecue. Did the River Market this morning. That was lovely.
You did something this morning?
I caught the train this morning, your new freebie train. It's awesome. You should all use it. It's good for the city.
See, foreigners love trains.
That's the big cars that carry a bunch of people at the same time.
It also has livestock as well.
Yeah, right. That's right. I robbed a train once.
Let's get
Nothing else.
Be a good actor at times. Especially when you're doing it for 4 months. Yeah, you can ruin your voice that way if you don't warm up. No, I'll pass it on. You, cameraman, you can move to just those two now.
The only thing I would add to that is that there's like Paul said, there's different people that have different processes for this. For me, it's never about finding the voice, because like you didn't choose your voice. This is how you talk, depending upon where you grew up, who your parents were, what kind of lifestyle you want to associate yourself with. So for me, it's all about finding out a secret about that character that nobody else knows but you. And then you start asking yourself questions like, well, why is that thing a secret? Why haven't you discussed these things over Thanksgiving and holidays and birthdays and everything else? So I think for me, like with Joel for The Last of Us, there was something that I read in the audition side where it said that he has few moral lines left to cross. And to me, that became the codex for everything about that character, because that's a huge statement to make about a human. So for me, it's about understanding who the character is, and everything else just kind of flows from there. The voice, the way you stand, the way you move is different, and it's unique to that character. So I think that's what I try to focus on first, find the secret.
Cool, thanks guys.
Thank you.
What does codex mean?
Yep.
You are an idiot. What they say?
I have a question for Nolan North. I want to know how you felt when asked to replace Peter Dinklage on Destiny.
Ooh. Oh, quite frankly, I didn't know
Who Peter Dinklage was.
Who Peter was. No, when I went in, I didn't know what it was for. We just, they wanted to see me, and we were running through lines, and I hadn't played the game, and my son had, but I didn't need to know. They give a lot of times these games will have code names, and I walked in, and then as I'm reading it, I realized, oh, this is Destiny, really cool, and so we. And things are going forward. They didn't write Ghost on the audition sides and everything, and we just said, oh, it's going to be an artificial intelligence. And then, as it became clear that I was going to go back, and it was actually cool. It was actually a paid audition, which I've never done before. Yeah, I know. I didn't know those existed. But they were like, but it's basically
I want to
like,
do all of those.
You know what it is though? It was just really a session, a paid session. But they didn't have the, right, like this is definitely going to be in the game. But then they liked what we did, and then they told me, this is what we're doing, we want to give you a little heads up. And, I was like, oh, okay, well, what's the problem? And they had there's a number of different reasons. I think a lot of it is just his schedule is very difficult. They shoot that in Northern Ireland, and he's busy. I don't think he's sweating it too much. But my son and his friends like Nolan Bot. So they're happy with it, or Nolandroid. I thought that was a cute one. Somebody came up. But it happens all the time. The scariest part is when they told me after we did Taken Kings, what I did first, when they said, okay, we're going to go back and we're going to re-record all the lines, and we'll just plug it in. What? You can do that? And they said, yeah, it's a live game. So basically, everything that had been done up to that point, 2 years of work or more, it changed everything, because now I go, wow, I gotta stay on my game, or somebody could be like, hey, did you play New Uncharted with, Troy Baker? Oh yeah, they just ripped out all these
crap.
lines.
See, it's not bad.
It's not good. But it happens. I mean, we can go back to the Darrens on Bewitched. I mean, it just happens. And, I mean, if he was out in the press being all upset about it, and it wasn't like you're placing somebody for like Metal Gear, like I wouldn't do that. I just don't see how I didn't, wow. Let's get that out of my mouth. But the truth is, I really like David Hayter, and I thought he did a great job. And, anyway, and that was like an iconic gap. So this was just size up Garden, do something different with it, and it was just, we weren't trying to match, just put my stamp on that. My kids like it, so yeah, thank you.
Wandering back from the panel, I caught sight of some pretty sweet looking costumes. There's a Daredevil coming at me right in a second. There he is. And also this incredibly intricate one from, I think the movie was called Book of Life, but unfortunately you only catch a glimpse of it before I'm stupid and cover the lens with my finger. But it was really, really cool. I also happened to catch sight of this awesome couples pair of a Team Fortress 2 Heavy and Engineer. Should come through the crowd in a moment. Yeah, there they are.
Sorry, baby.
As well as this really good reboot Laura. But then it was lunchtime. A few of us split off. Today it was hot pretzels and some awesome, like, glass bottled soda. Not gonna get the what?
They have a Jesus coming over initiative.
After we ate, we tried to meet back up with the those of our group that weren't so hungry. And it was right about now when I realized just how many people there were at the con today. It probably took us, 10 minutes to get almost as many feet. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but just so much slowdown compared to day one.
I guess this is further down. Oh, no, there it is. What? Oh, no.
So I took a bit of a break for about half an hour or so.
towards the middle of the afternoon just because my feet were getting really tired. But I found this really nice spot on the Skyway to just kind of chill out and watch people as they went by. And I'm not going to bother calling out all the costumes I saw because frankly every time I rewatch this while I'm editing it, I see someone I didn't notice at the time. But it just ended up being a really nice spot to kind of people watch, which if you've never been to a con and you like to people watch, great place to go do that. So it's a little past 3 at this point, which means we've been here for, Jesus, I don't even know, well, let's see, 2, 5, 6-ish hours, I think, something like that. Been pretty cool today, as you've already probably seen. Lots more people, lots more costumes. A few vendors that weren't here the first day, which is pretty cool. We actually even happened to catch a glimpse of one of our better friends who's usually in St. Louis, and I guess he came up to work for the con and we didn't know. So it was a nice surprise. But yeah, I'm burning out. My feet are starting to ache, so I'm chilling out in the Skyway, looking at some cool costumes walk by. Probably got a couple more hours before we call it a day. So yeah, it's all being good. It's all going real good. So I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. After another hour or two of wandering, we had kind of blown all our money for the day and pretty much done everything we were trying to do. Caught sight of this awesome Fallout power armor, and in a minute or two I think I happened to run into this really cool Xena and Gabrielle getup that was made out of like leather and scale mail. It was really, really cool. But yeah, we just kind of wandered about for a little while longer, and then it was time to head home. So I'll send you over to the blurry outro. Alright, so it's about 6 o'clock here. I am chilling out in a nice little, as quiet as it gets, corner. So we've been conning for about 8 hours. Pretty damn close to 8 hours. And we're just waiting for everybody to reconvene so we can mosey for the day and do it again tomorrow. Picked up a couple more prints today, and trade paperback comic, or actually it's a trade hardback. And yeah, just got a lot of pictures and had a lot of fun today. Got to go to a couple panels. It was pretty sweet. Hopefully tomorrow will be even more fun as we close it out. So yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow with more pictures and shit. I don't know. Probably pictures of, like, proper pictures of all of our costumes and, you know, pictures of all the stuff we bought and all that shit too. So, yeah, see you guys soon. Bye.